Welcome to another lecture, Tasks in Scrum. Now you will often hear agile teams talking about breaking products backlog items, PBIs, down into tasks or even subtasks. But what is a task and what is the difference between task and a product backlog item? A useful way to think about the task is to see them as the smallest unit of work that team will undertake. A typical product backlog item, for example user story, might be broken down into design, coding, testing, and documentation tasks. Breaking work down in this way allows a cross-functional team to work on several tasks in parallel to complete the PBIs collaboratively as a team. Breaking down work into tasks also helps deliver PBIs iteratively and incrementally, with teams often aim to deliver a completed PBIs in 1 to 3 days. That being the case, tasks are the smallest slices and can typically be delivered within hours. So what is the difference between a task and PBI? Several tasks would usually need to be completed to produce a finished PBI. A useful way to differentiate between a task and PBI is perhaps to think of a PBI as describing some completed functionality that will be executed by user when using a system, and task as describing how development team will complete the work. So the what is PBI and how is task. So PBI would typically involve multiple types of work done by different people, while the task would tend to be one type of work done by one person. So why use tasks? Tasks help to make progress visible. For example, on Kanban board, as it is the tasks that usually move along the Kanban board, they visually represent the flow of work through a system. This helps team identify the bottlenecks in their process and make visible any work that hasn't yet been started so that team can ask why that is. Although a Scrum guide does not specifically refer to tasks, it does say work planned for the first day of the sprint by developers is decomposed, often to units 1 day or less. Defining these small units of work as a task and limiting them to a day or less can help developers create flow with focused, uninterrupted time. Tasks are the smallest unit of work. One person on a team should complete a task, and developers may choose to pair up when doing the work. Typically, each user story will have multiple associated tasks. Now let's see example of a user story decomposition into tasks. So let's imagine a user story. A new customer can sign up for a web e-commerce site so that he can make purchases. Now we'd see a couple of tasks related to this user story. So first task could be collect personal information, first name, last name, email address, password, etc. Another example would be validate email and password. Another task could be validate payment options. Another task could be make sure that account does not exist already. And another task can be create an account and go back to the home page. Now let's recap tasks. The team lists out all tasks for each item and then works together to estimate the hours that it will take to accomplish the task. So generally tasks should be small, less than a day, to provide a granular enough tracking of the work. Big tasks tend to get started and not finish it and become unpredictable. And teams should break big tasks down into 2 or 4 hours tasks. This also makes it easier to monitor progress because tasks are less than a day should move in progress to done from one daily Scrum meeting to another. The task hours are generally based on how long on average any member of team will take to complete the items. It is important to note that it is the team and only the team that estimates the size of the tasks for a sprint.